Without Chris days, without Chris. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. Been trying to find one, maybe more than one. If she got her eyes, toe and thigh, she don't like no guys. Better, so I talk a little while. Forget my dirty mind. Ooh, show me your smile. Love the way y'all dancing to me. Get ready for my show. You post it and you tell me at Chris just so I know. You got a meet and greet. Try to show me your support. All the girls saying what they gon' do if they see me. I don't know. No disrespect to ASAP, but if I see Riri, I don't know. Yes or no, you go with me. I know pretty soon you'll see. I play LA, NYC. I never get enough. Never get enough. You front row with your mob going crazy, crazy. You, girl, you my favorite lady. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough of you. Riri. I'm needy, know that I'm dreaming, so sleepy. The girl that I like, she be wearing her Fenty just to sleep in. She got that silk on, chilly in the creep street. Ooh, I'ma find you, yeah. Ooh, matter of fact, where I'm at. Bad, bad, ain't nobody better. Worth a couple bill, Riri so for real. All the girls saying what they gon' do if they see me. I don't know. No disrespect to ASAP, but if I see Riri, I don't know. Yes or no, you go with me. I know pretty soon you'll see. NYC, I never get enough. Never get enough. You front row with your mob going crazy. Look for you, girl, you my favorite lady. I can't get enough of you. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. Yes, I know you.
You know Danny will give you an ass kiss.
Well, because sometimes you be putting us up on the screen in between.
Danny won't give you her booty to kiss. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. What up?
Sorry.
Freak show continues.
Oh, wow. Literally.
It continues.
Cutting these stupid things out. It's just so irritating.
Yeah.
These curly things, they just pissing me the fuck off. Anyway, hi Facebook, hi Instagram. Hey Granny.
You ready to get on? Shut up.
Instagram. Hi, how are you?
Somebody can follow.
Oh, I said Instagram already. YouTube. What's going on YouTube? Come in here. Everyone that's not watching through YouTube, just come over real quick. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like the video, and then go back to your choice of how you feel like watching us. Facebook, we are Truth Be Told Podcast. Instagram, Truth Be Told Podcast, and Truth Be Told Podcast 365. And YouTube, Truth Be Told Podcast 365. So come on over.
Before we do introductions, I never gave my man a shout out for the acting that he did. I want to show my truth jury, my boy Sean. He did did a phenomenal acting role in Power. I just want to give him his big ups, his shout outs, and shout out to Londell, the character he played. Just want to play a little bit of that real quickly. Hold on, I got to show you the theatrics. Hold on.
Hell, that's the best kind of kids. Until they show up at your door with their fucking hands down.
That's when my sweet ass turns fruity. You must be confused. I don't with bitches. It's raining men over here, baby.
What do you mean kind of fruity, Drew? Boy, the last time you got up in some your mama was pushing you out. Hey, fix that toilet yet?
I'm working on it, man.
Shipping broke for 2 months.
You better go out back and do like the Indians, Londell. They about to drop something rain can't wash away.
This nigga in Queens living like Grizzly fucking Adams.
Hey, yo, push your money.
What's up, let's go. All right. Head up over here.
Don't strain too much back there.
Loose lips kill tricks, nigga.
Got kids all over the place. He don't know nothing about it.
Hell, that's the best kind of kids. Until they show up at your door with their fucking hands down.
That's when my sweet ass turns fruity. You must be confused. I don't with bitches. It's raining men over here, baby.
What do you mean kind of fruity, Drew? Boy, the last time you got up in some your mama was pushing you out. Hey, fix that toilet yet?
I'm working on it, man.
Shipping broke for 2 months.
You better go out back and do like the Indians, Londell. They about to drop something rain can't wash away.
This nigga in Queens living like Grizzly fucking Adams.
Hey, yo, push your money.
What's up, let's go. All right. Head up over here.
Don't strain too much back there.
Loose lips kill tricks, nigga.
Shout out to Londell. My man Sean Free. You might have seen him very quickly, but he was in the building. Okay, what character did he play? I'm sorry. He played the cousin of who? You watched the show. You know everything about the show. What character did he play?
Londell was the cousin to Early.
The Early, okay.
Early is he works with he's the one that Unique called when he came to. He was nursing Unique until he got better or whatever. And then he just went his own way. And now he is working. Well, he was working with Marvin, Kanan's uncle, but since Marvin killed Londell, and Early clearly knows that it was him, even though Marvin said he didn't do it.
He said, "What if I did, nigga? What you gonna do?"
Yeah, so now Early went and ran his mouth to one of the Italian nigga not Phil Russo, the other one. And now we just gotta see. Tomorrow's the episode 10. Getting emotional because what are we gonna watch? I always go back to Power after every season of whatever it is that 50 drops. Because TV is boring. But I know damn many people from that played in every like one of the from Power to any of these spin-offs. And some of them are my son's mentors that he is that run his theater camp. So it's nice to see that, you know, we know these people, and that, you know, whether they're in the fucking show for 30 seconds or 3 episodes, it's still a good look. So shout out to everyone that we do know on in Power, Raising Kanan, BMF, whatever it is.
Shout out to motherfuckers. Niggas doing big things, man.
Yeah. And I've been manifesting my son get on one of these shows. So that's what,
It should come to fruition. It would happen. I see him doing big things. I know he's gonna act his ass off. And I'm praying. I see him being gun toting nigga in the project shooting niggas.
That's okay, because it's just acting, and he knows the difference between real life and TV.
Typical role. We ain't
he's feeling to do something with curses, so where he could curse. So he's good. He's okay, and he does like he ad libs. Well, that's one thing about his theater, the theater club, Moving Mountains. Shout out to Moving Mountains, created by Jamie Hector Marlowe from. Well, he's done many shows and movies, but most known for being Marlowe on The Wire. But one thing that they teach the older kids is how to ad lib, because you know some of these people. This is just like straight off the top of their head. They have a script, but some of them can ad-lib so well that they can just do the show. That's like Wax from. I
don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta ask you a question. I don't think Londell is dead though.
Londell's dead.
He's not dead.
Why? Because we didn't see the body.
Tell you on the show right now. Let's get wild. Let's get it.
Hello.
My God,
I'm as dead as a doorknob. They made that. They made sure I died with my eyes open. So there was no coming back from that.
Did you even get a chance? Well, damn, they left you just laid out with your dick in your hand.
Dang it.
Basically, yep.
Damn.
I'm sure he let him fail and finish. He
might have finished, but he ain't get a chance to wiggle and then put it back.
Oh, come on.
I want the truth.
Marvin gave him that much courtesy to let him finish the last piss of his life. Now, come on, stop it.
Oh, man.
You did a good job.
Now, we ain't got a lot of his time. He's on set, so we only got like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Our bad, but thanks for joining me.
No, this is my brother right here. We go back 10 plus.
Yes.
Maybe longer.
He's trying.
My brother right there, man.
Brother, absolutely.
This every platform that he has and had. I was openly invited to every one of them.
Absolutely. You've been on everyone. He's been on everyone.
We were first introduced by Star. Remember Star? Star Buck Wild?
Buck Wild.
Yeah, he said there's 2 people that you need to go see. One was King right here, Glam. He said that was, and the other one was Doggy Diamonds. Those were the 2. He said go see them. Yes. You know, and I did. You know, but I keep in touch with you more than Doggy. Than Doggy.
Yeah. Real recognize real, Sean, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man.
I just wanted to give you your flowers, man. Bring you up here and
talk
a little bit about what you're doing and just what you did just recently on the pod. Can I just play it real quick? Because I had it on Instagram. I just want to play it.
Yeah, I don't think you got the one with the actual murder. Like the gun didn't go off, right?
Nah, yeah, he just got like it's like a clip or something.
It's off your gram. I'm using it actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, okay. We'll.
Yeah.
Something rain can't wash away.
This nigga in Queens living like Grizzly fucking Adams.
Hey, yo, push your money. Don't strain back there.
Loose lips kill tricks, nigga.
And you know what's crazy?
He's all over the place. He don't know nothing about.
And you know what's crazy, man? You know, I posed a question on the gram yesterday. I said, was Londell a snitch, or did he talk too much, or is that the same thing?
It's not the same thing, but talking too much is kind of like dry snitching unconsciously. But they did say that Londell's mouth, that's why you was doing time.
That I robbed a check cashing place, and maybe I talk, but I'm like, we grew up in the hood. I knew things that, you know, my boys told me that maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's a thin line between that, because we in the hood knew things that maybe outsiders didn't know, like, oh, so and so hit the spot up or robbed this person or whatever, you know. And we just, you know, I remember one time, and I guess, you know, some time has passed, so I could tell this story, but there's a very well-known rapper that came to Staten Island, to the projects that I was living at the time. And, you know, they was hot. It was a duel, right? 2-man rap group. And they was, you know, they was on fire, and the dude that brought them out, who's their manager now, been their manager, you know, since that time, and also Method Man's manager, he said, yo, I want, because at that time I was rapping. He said, you know, I want y'all to perform for him, and because I had a partner. He said, I want y'all to perform. But he thought it was sweet, went into the projects that I lived at, you know what I mean, in New Brighton, and to see a girl before our little audition for him, and he got robbed. But you know what I mean? And at gunpoint he got robbed, everything taped. But we knew, people in the projects knew who robbed them, and you know what I'm saying? And it was known, like, you know. So I mean, I don't know.
Nobody told.
Nah, but all right. So being from the hood, yeah, we know who the scammers are. We know who the robbers are. We know who the niggas that go through windows. We know who does what in the hood, right? But sometimes, depending on the circle, we don't really even speak about it amongst each other, because sometimes it's just not certain people's place to speak about.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think about who's envying you and who's going to go and say something. So you could be just you know, doing it unconsciously because you're thinking you're having a community conversation with your community, but nah. So
I could tell one person. I could tell the neighborhood snitch that I robbed the check cashing place, just because I think that's one of my boys. Like, yo, you know, the check cash place, you know, I hit that or whatever, and that person goes and tell everybody else, and then it make it look like I was running my mouth.
Yeah,
but that's the title that they gave me. That's what I'm living with. And
how was your audition?
Yeah, how did you get the role?
Yeah, like how did that happen?
The one of the showrunners was talking to somebody who knew my agent, and my agent was like, first off, before that was one of my manifestations. That was something that I wrote down. It's crazy. And this is how crazy.
Sorry to cut you off, because they asking who you are. This is the gentleman that played Londell in Raising Kanan in episode 8.
Google.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. So in 2022, I wrote down a list of the things that I wanted to accomplish. And it might have been the first 2 at the top. I said, I want to do Law and Order. That I think that was number 1, because anybody that, I don't think it's a thing to where if you do that, then your career is going to go well thereafter. but it was one of the things that I was like, that's the bucket list, because for years I did background on Law and Order. I did extra work for years, you know, and I always used to look at the lead actors and I used to say, I got what they got. I got, you know, the guest starring roles. I said, I could do that. I know I can. You know what I'm saying? And I put the work in, and I went to school and acting classes and theater groups, and I finally got that number. Right after that on the list, I said, I didn't put power per se, but I said, I want to do one of 50 shows.
That's what you got to say. You can't just put one. You got to say what. I just said that to Glam about my son.
Yeah, that's what I put. One of 50 shows. The first thing that I hit before Law and Order was Flatbush Misdemeanors. That was a show on Showtime, right? So I did that. I played James in that on that show. Second, right after that, Law and Order. Right after that, Raising Canaan. But in between those, I did films. That's probably one of them is coming out this summer. That's a lead role throughout the whole film. It's called Hood Book. That's coming out this summer. I think Netflix. I think it's Netflix or Hulu. One of them. I forgot where the deal came through. But yeah, so I didn't know how I was going to get that role with Raising Canaan, but I got it. You know what I mean? Somebody spoke to somebody who spoke to my agent and was like, "Can you have Sean audition?" Yeah, that's the Law and Order. And yeah, I auditioned and locked it in. I'm actually happy. A lot of people was like, "Yo, you know, it's a small role," but I don't do the small role thing. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? Like it's, first of all, it's hard as hell to get on primetime TV or even streaming services like Stars. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy. You know what I mean? And so I got that role, but it was a blessing because when I booked that role, I was actually filming in Texas, the movie that's going to be coming out this summer. So it was a thing to where it was like, I'm hoping that I don't get 3-4 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to continue. I got to dip back to Texas to finish it. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
Okay.
The funny thing you say about the short roles, every role you played was so instrumental to the storytelling, because without your role, you can't go forward in the show, because your role is pivotal in telling the story. Like,
absolutely,
especially in Law and Order, and then because of the fact that you gave the information for the woman, and then now Raising Canaan, because your role
is going to live on. His name
is going to go on beyond the next episode.
Londell is going to, because
it plays a part in how everything plays out. Because what happened to you, something's going to happen in this finale.
He's about to have a shootout on behalf of Londell.
There you go. Come on.
In the name of Londell. Bust that gun.
They don't avenge your death. I love it.
And it's a beautiful thing, man. And everybody's so cool. You know what I mean? Everybody is so professional and so unlike their characters, obviously. You know what I mean? These are real actors and thespians that did theater and acting. And that's the part that people don't see. They don't see, me. This is full time for me. You know what I mean? Acting. So if I'm not in class, whether it's Stella Adler, theatrical or Labyrinth theater groups and intensive theater work, or HB Studios, like, people don't see that part, like the work that you put in to even get a minute part on television or whatever. You know what I mean? So,
and there's nothing small in any of in the Power universe itself. There's no such thing as a small role.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because anybody, and it's like, I feel like anybody that like dies early, their name is going to live long, Like it's always every character in the Power universe means something.
Yeah.
Whether they're there for 30 seconds or 3 episodes or whatever, the whole season. And then they die. They all mean something.
I thought you was gonna say pun intended after you said early. Yeah.
It came to me, but I'm just like, let me just
Early Tyler, who plays Fred. He's a funny dude in real life too. Londell too. London Brown, Marvin and Earl, you know, the guy that plays Early, Chris Red, they're comedians.
Yeah, he's from SNL.
They're like real comedians, and they just it's amazing. Like, you know, during the table read, like, you know, Rock and Makad and all these, like, it's amazing how they just turn on because it's laughter and jokes and funny, and, you know, even the way they speak, and then it's like, all right, you know, time for the table read. Like, everybody gets into character.
Everybody put on that whatever accent this is that everybody is using in Raising Kanan. They turn that shit on.
Yep. So it's dope. And what I'm doing now is it's a movie that'll be out probably I would assume 2027. It's a feature film. And I play a funny character named Becker. He's a pawn shop owner, and he's a funny character. He's serious, but even in his seriousness, he got a shady background. You know what I mean? It's like he owns a pawn shop, but you obviously know it's a front. When you see the film, you'll be like, oh, that ain't all he does, you know what I mean? So it's interesting, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, we have a comment for you. Kel Cutter said, first he did say, what's up, how you doing? And then he said he always said that you had emotional capacity to act on some form via poetry, rap, acting, etc. Congrats on the accomplishments.
Oh, salute. Who's that again?
Kel Cutter.
Oh, okay. That's your boy, right?
Yeah, you met him. He used to be the doghouse.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, I know that name. Yeah.
You got a good memory, brother. You got a good memory. That's very important in this industry, man. For real.
Hell yeah, man. That's why, you know, man, listen, man. I just I just can't I can't deal with the fake, man. It's like, you know, I met somebody the other day. He came up to me and I was sitting down with one of my daughters, and he was like, yo, Sean, and he started going into, I don't know if you remember me. I said, absolutely I do. And I said his name, and he's like, oh, like that. It's like, bro, you got to be a fake ass individual to move like that. I wouldn't
look somebody in their face.
Huh?
To look somebody in their face to act like you don't, like, just because.
Like based off of what? Based off of what you do in life? Like then the sanitation man should be able to do the same thing. Like, just because I act, or maybe like, bro, is you know, it's so the opposite of who I am. And when I see people like that, it's like, you know, even on Law and Order, right? We were always taught. I don't know if y'all ever been on, you know, certain sets or whatever. But you're always taught, because I remember I was taught, like, don't talk to the lead actors. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, if you're background or you're extra, you don't talk to them. You know what I mean? And don't bother them. So I'm sitting there doing takes between, you know, in Law and Order, and there's the background actors, and I'm like, damn, this is gonna be a long day. And they just like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, and I'm talking or whatever. And one of the ADs came up and said, no, guys, just go. I said, no. I was talking to them. I was talking to them. Oh, I'm sorry. I like, yo.
Wow. Yeah. Everybody is not like that.
Like, it's,
everybody's not like that. Some people
it's
like to interact.
Yeah, like, yo, we all here to execute the same thing. It don't matter if I got a speaking role or you're in, like, yo, it's all a puzzle, like you said, Glam, like to make this whole thing work, to make it all look good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, I just don't know how to move like that. I just don't.
Well, continue to stay humble, continue to do great things, and move further and further up.
What you got coming up, Sean? Sean, what you got coming up?
What's next?
I got this movie. I got that I'm filming. I got Hood Book, which is
that's 2026.
Yeah, it's gonna be out this summer, probably late summer.
Oh,
and then we start the tour version of that movie. It's also a stage play. So we're going to be touring the top of the 2026. We started touring 2024 for that stage play, and they decided to cut the tour short and film a film version of it first to get it out there. So I got that coming out. I got a movie that I did with Terrell Carter, who plays Varney on Beauty and Black.
Okay.
Varney, he's one of the attorneys.
He's the big gay nigga.
Yeah. So me and him have a movie coming out called Bullies of the Mind that we filmed probably a year and a half ago, but it should be out. I'm hopefully the top of the new year. You know what I mean? That should be out, but that's a crazy movie. I play a character named Stone in that movie. Shady character, probably closer to Londell, but you know, a bigger storyline. Yeah, man. I got some. Oh, The Colored Museum. That's a play that I've been doing off and on. It's gotten rave reviews. It's a play that was on Broadway in the 80s by George C. Wolfe, the legendary George C. Wolfe. And I've been doing that play. So I'm working. I got some
music.
Music. I got in the movie Hood Book. I got a song in that movie, one of my new songs called Love Me or Not. And I'm working with you know, Shaheem, you probably see him.
Yes, I see how together.
A lot of my stuff. So me and
Shaheem is back.
Shaheem he's back. He's back. You know, and that's my brother. And we actually hosting a basketball game tomorrow. But yeah, we got some new music coming out. New music video that I think we're shooting next week. Yo, we got to get up, man.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm upstate. I'm in Fishkill, like Dutchess County. I'm upstate. Yeah.
How far is that from like Jersey?
About an hour, depending on which part of
that ain't bad.
Yeah, but you in the north side, right?
Yeah. You're in Jersey?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey probably 7 months out of the year.
And then are you ever in New York? Like,
yeah, my school is in New York. My acting class, my theater groups, and all that is in. I'm in New York every probably 4 days out of the week. Yeah, New York. Yeah, New York City.
I wish that we would have had this interaction earlier.
Wait, do me a favor. I won't cut you over. Sean, can you do me a favor real quick?
Yeah.
Can you grab your son?
My what?
No, can you grab your son? I want him to give your son some advice.
Oh.
Our son's an actor, and he's trying to do the same thing you're doing. So I know maybe you could drop a gem on him, maybe to put him in a positive.
Hell yeah,
definitely, man. That rub off on him, and big thing.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's a young man. He's 14, I think. He's a young guy, so definitely, man. I love everything you're doing, brother. You already know me.
Yeah, man. I definitely see you.
Ain't doing nothing. I love what you're doing, bro. You are man.
This is Dominic. He's 15. He's been in Moving Mountains since he was like 7.5.
Moving Mountains. What is that? A movie?
It's a theater club that's actually created by Jamie Hector.
Hector. From The Wire.
Yeah. I wish that we would have had it because Saturday is their is their last show for the year, and then summer camp comes up. But it would have been so nice for you to come. And
but it definitely wanted to, definitely. And it's in New York too?
In Brooklyn, yes.
Oh,
It's a nonprofit. It's free. The summer camp is free all year long. The kids are there. It's free for them. They do acting, they do vocal, they dance, they do a lot of different things over there. Jamie is doing an amazing job, and I would love for you guys to connect.
Yeah, you should be proud of your son for doing that. My light just went on.
Put his face on the camera. What you hiding for, young man? Come on, so get these gems from this actor, this thespian right here. Say hello, Bado. Can you say hello?
What's up? What's up, young king? What's up, young king? What's his name?
Dominic.
Dominic, what's up, brother?
He's very shy. He goes to he's a vocal major in LaGuardia.
Dominic, you better shake that shyness right now, because when you get into the big leagues, you got to perform like all the time, even when the cameras are off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got any questions, Dominic? Give you one question. You got a question to act this excellent actor? Any question?
No. All right, get out of here. Go back.
Shy, man. You gotta,
we really are trying, working on his
roles. He's gonna.
But it's like as soon as the camera comes on, as soon as he gets a mic, he's somewhere else.
Yeah, well, he's going. Listen, I was the first time I hit the stage was
he's still listening.
Yeah, I was 12 years old. I did a school play. That was the first time I hit the stage, called Fiorello. You know what I mean? But before that performance, I would always be the kind of the because breakdancing, pop locking, popping and all that. I was real good at that, so I was always performing. But there was anxiety in before doing it. So if somebody be, yo, Sean, let me see you, pop lock or rap, do it. It seemed like it was comfortable on the outside, but on the inside, it was a lot of anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that fueled the fire in me to say, I can't submit to this. I can't let this overtake me. You know what I mean? I'm going to get in front of anybody and do what I need to do any chance I get. You know what I mean? So he's going to get there without a doubt.
Salute.
Yep.
My brother Sean, I'm not going to hold any more of your time. I appreciate you so much, brother. Flowers always.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna follow you, and
please.
We need to connect.
Yeah. I gotta get rid of some dead weight, so if I don't follow you back right away, I think I'm at my max. You're like,
all right, that's fine.
You know what I mean? Like 7,500 or
something.
Yeah,
this guy is. He loves everybody, man.
Right.
You gotta cut some people off, man. There's too much love.
Cut them off and cut us on.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta go through the thing. You'd be like, why am I following this person?
Yeah. Then you start keep scrolling. You're like, damn, them too. Too.
I get rid of them.
Yes, man.
So, but I appreciate y'all.
Salute, man.
Thank you.
Love always. You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Invite us. We'll come out.
And please also let Glam know when you have something coming up so he could throw it up. And if we are able to come out and support, because I'm interested in these. I'm interested in the plays.
Yeah. I got the Colored Museum June 25th.
Okay.
I got two things happening in the next probably month. One of the things, if y'all want to come out, I'll be doing a performance at Snug Harbor Cultural Center with Shaheem. I think we're bringing out Soul for Real. It's a nice family-orientated, outdoor event, little outdoor festival. Staten Island, Snug Harbor. But then the stage play, I got June 25th at Newark Symphony Hall, the Colored Museum.
And I'm in Jersey.
You're in Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm in Jersey.
You're living in Jersey?
I do.
Oh, what part?
I'm in Irvington.
Oh, you're in Irvington. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have property. I used to have property in Irvington. On Clinton Ave. I used to have property in Irvington.
Oh, that's not not too far.
Yeah. So and on Mill Road. But
Can
yeah.
you send Glam that can you DM Glam that information so he can forward it to me, please?
Yep. I'll soon as I get the flyer, I think they just confirmed it. So as soon as they make it official and I get the flyer, I'm gonna put it up there, but I'll send it to Glam and yeah, he can send it to you. It's June 25th at Newark Symphony Hall.
That's great.
You know, definitely come out.
Send that to me, brother. We put it up, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Love always, Sean.
Love, man.
He's going back to what he loves. He's leaving us to go back to what he loves. He's gonna act.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Breed.
It's not a game.
It's gonna be an all-nighter.
Well, get some rest when you can.
Oh, that's what Diddy said. That's what Diddy said. Be careful now. You know?
Oh gosh.
Sorry, peace out, baby.
Don't listen to none of that right now. It's too early, pun intended.
There we go.
My dude. Sean Breed in the building, baby. He out. He in the building, baby. Love you, brother. Love you, brother.
That was so that was dope.
Sean Breed in the building.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised I wanted to pull on my people. I know we supposed to be talking about Diddy in a crazy fucking reason.
No, that was that. No, I love that, and I wish that we would have started doing that every time we knew somebody on one of the power shows. We would have brought them up, but unfortunately, we didn't. But from now on, we will. And Steve, I was just talking about manifesting. My son is gonna be on the power universe one day.
Absolutely.
So
we'll see that. This is gonna happen. We'll make it happen, Captain.
Now back to the baby oil. And did we introduce ourselves? No,
we didn't do that. Let's get that popping. Hour in. Let's get it in.
I'm Dana Not, aka Vintage.
I mean, vintage is a word that's you got to look it up. And I say it in my special. It means like rare, one of a kind. It ain't like no bullshit. It's like vintage, like vintage. Yeah.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah. It's like a good thing.
We get on swear niggas.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That's the next winning. Somebody let me know next winning. Can't hear you. Would you mute your mic? Can't hear you.
Unlike Megan and Kelsey, I do swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Oh, but I'm King Glam. I'm gonna swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, because I do. Like Cassie did. She told too much truth. Oh.
Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Listen, I gotta make a drink. Just keep talking to them. Tell them what we. You want to watch the video? They got the full video out of the hotel.
Yeah, put that out because he should be glad that CNN edited it out. Like you crying that they fucking play that shit. It's like 15 minutes though.
No, I know. Hold on.
Or 12 minutes, something like that. It's day 2, day 3. How are they losing? You have to build a case, Kels.
I will send you a link. Tisa tells. I don't know if she might.
I don't know. Let's not listen to Tisa, please.
No, not that. She's playing the video, but I don't know if she might flag us. I don't know. She might.
She probably would.
Let me play this other video right here.
She's very fucking bougie. Don't play Armand either. Don't like.
And Armand's gone. He's off the line. Hold on. But wait. Let me I'm gonna put it up. We're gonna watch the full video. Not the full video. We want the meat of the video. No, that Nick's on losing. Okay.
I'm sorry.
What is that?
I thought he was talking about the case. He said no, the Knicks are losing.
Wait. Oh shit, damn. Hold, watch that. I'm gonna go make me drink real quick. Y'all
go off the camera because you just want to laugh for nothing. Press play. This nigga, press play. The fuck. Yo, and he's going to make a drink. Like he needs a drink if he can't fucking remember to press damn play. Oh my gosh. Kels, we're not speaking about sports. Y'all could watch that on the yes, it does lag and come in. No, are you crazy? Sorry, y'all. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. Y'all, he wants to put on, he's bringing clothes inside here. He wants to put on a fucking 3-piece suit to go to school. No. I gotta close the door. But Kels, it is laggy. And why can't you watch that on rerun? You're watching us right now.
See what I'm saying about what I text? Oh, you texted long? Okay, we back.
Yeah. You have to watch that on rerun if you're watching us. Turn the game off.
All right, we about to do commentary on most of the half over the full video. All right.
How you gonna leave with the shit? You didn't even play it.
What play? What we gonna do?
The video. You didn't even press play.
Oh, I know I did that on purpose. I want to see the video too.
Well, nigga, you said watch the video while you go.
I watched Diddy grab her hair. I'm like, watch that picture right there.
Kels, he's going to school and it's gonna be raining. Like a suit? Nah, come on, that's crazy. Tomorrow's I was telling him that tomorrow's my son's birthday and he wants to wear a 3-piece.
Oh, so 3-piece. You going tap dancing?
Going to school. That's what I'm saying. Kels, nice. Go all out, wear a bow tie, like
freaking feet. Like, this is what's she doing? But she's slow for me, yo. You ain't acting like you getting freaked off. You just taking your time, nigga. There you go. We saw this part. Bang! Damn. I felt that. I mean, we all seen this before. It's just gonna be extended though. This is the extended version. Damn. She got the chalk pulls.
For what? Like all of that for what?
Because you gotta feel the pain.
And then you like she's on a fucking rag doll.
She's getting dragged down the block.
Like this man has 4 daughters.
Yeah, that's why
4 fucking daughters.
They left the courtroom early. They said,
at this time, when he was fucking with Cassie, he had 3 of them, right? Because they're like 16, 17.
Damn, yo, that's fucked.
So he had 3 daughters at this fucking time.
She's trying to call for help.
And they're probably like in the penthouse.
You on the phone, bitch?
And he might have rented out hella rooms or whatever. And because I seen in some comments they was like, how come she didn't like make? I don't know if it was over here or somewhere else, but how come she didn't like bang on people's doors?
Because the whole floor was his. There was nobody on that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The whole floor was literally probably his.
She putting lips on them sores. She putting chapstick on them sores. Damn, bitch, you better get you back here. Diddy, why you got them socks on, nigga? Oh
no, Kels, because you want to talk about the game. I don't want to talk about the game.
This guy's he's getting very aggressive.
I don't know what any of it means.
He just grabbed something from her that she must need.
A lip gloss, because that's what she had. Oh, that's a phone.
Bitch. I know he's saying a lot of bitch. I know.
Well, look at him. Look in the mirror. What's he doing to her?
He don't. He's sitting down.
He sat down and threw a vase at her.
Damn.
You know when we first seen this
come back, bitch.
Video.
There's too much baby oil left.
They clipped it, so when you see what we see in the mirror, I thought that we were looking like the camera was far away from wherever they were. I thought they were in front of us. I didn't even realize they was behind us.
He said, "You better fucking come back here, nigga. There's too many dicks here, and I can't do it all myself." Shit. She ain't no real battle. She ain't no real hood bitch. She supposed to hit that nigga in the mouth with the phone and shit. Like
she never claimed to be hood.
I know. That's what I'm just saying.
Knows that she's not hood. So
he couldn't do this with a real lady, like a real.
Nah, it would have been a bloodbath. It would have been a brawl.
That nigga would have got his dick cut off.
It would have been a brawl.
That nigga dick. He would have been looking for his dick in that hallway.
Look at her.
This nigga keep talking shit.
And he sat down.
Sat down again. Oh, there goes somebody. Oh,
security. That's the one. He lied.
What's going on here?
He lied in his report.
Guys, everything okay?
Someone called.
Look, he's telling us, can we just go back to the room and continue the freak offs? Cassie, you supposed to tell the man I need help. Please. Nigga dragged me up the bit. Damn, back to the room.
And that's why he lied, because he probably made her go back in that motherfucking room. She probably felt like she had no choice because security wasn't helping.
This nigga doing all this shit in that towel. That's how it moving. That's how it's snug.
Right. They need to auction that.
I don't need to move what kind of towel that. This is a secure towel. I need to.
That's a whole towel.
Oh, nigga dragging her. This nigga's a fucking criminal. He's bad. Damn, what she say? Say, damn, nigga, I'm coming. You ain't going fast enough, nigga.
Glam.
What What's this? She leaving again? She trying to bounce, or she comes to the room?
This is the beginners. It's playing. They gotta be playing over because she don't have no shoes on her feet.
Nah, I ain't playing no.
Yeah, she don't have shoes on. It's playing over. The nigga should have been a track star instead of a fucking A&R. Oh, this is different views. Different.
Damn, Diddy. Mm.
All right, how many times do we have to watch this shit?
This is different. Look, you coming out. Why that nigga ain't do something? I know he's seen something. I know why he ain't stand.
What do you want him to do?
He's supposed to he supposed to help Casey.
Yeah, he is Cassie. He is supposed to help. Just like the people around her on his side was supposed to help because he done shunned everybody in her life out. So yeah, they were supposed to help, but none of them did. Not Jean Dale, none of the other bodyguards. Mary, Lisa, nobody.
This her finally getting her shit and dipping.
Oh, she got shoes on.
She got her shit now. She can get to leave. Oh, look at the damage. Did he do shit?
You go into somebody's hotel, I'd be scared to fucking rock a table in the hotel. I don't want to pay for none of that shit. What?
It's in my hotel, nigga.
Shit.
I want the truth.
Yeah. That dirt from the damn vase.
Nigga gonna fuck about
the view.
Gonna fuck up a beautiful.
He ruined it.
What's the name of this hotel? I'm gonna call it right now. Ask did he replace some bases?
Look at this. Who's this? Fucking crippled ass miso.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning. How you feeling? Good morning. How are you doing?
Fuck that.
So this is today?
Yeah, I had to be born today. I got a hat on today. No way. Only you can let. You gotta protect the weaves.
And that weave that she was patting down, that shit looked like a beauty supply wig. It cannot get wet.
Everybody, it's Tony Robbins and
Can't get wet.
What's the purpose of seeing the people? I don't know why they showed them.
Who the people that came to who his family?
Yeah, why did you show?
You want to know who's supporting the bullshit?
Did you hear about what happened today? He was talking.
I read up a little bit. Yeah, I read about that, but I heard that she brought like what did little Kim? What did she say about Kim?
About Kim? I don't know.
Yes, something I was reading on the blogs, but it was audio, so I wasn't in the place where I could listen to it. But it said something about she is like she put little Kim on blast, or not verbatim, but something like that. So I don't know what she said about Kim and how that whole thing, how Kim ties into all of this. But
we got our friends.
He used to beat her ass too.
Lil Kim?
Probably.
I'm sure you bust Kim ass once or twice. I'm sure you bust.
I mean, she does. Biggie used to, and that's a big ass hand.
You can say, "Fuck it, teach me how to hit. How you hit a bitch?"
I really do think that Puffy was acting this way in college. I think that he probably got turned out at that little all boys school, and when he went to college, he felt like he was the man, and he could turn niggas out, he could turn bitches out, and I mean, because clearly he was the man. And it just escalated, and now we're here with he's doing these things. And how many women did he really do this to that's not saying anything?
Oh, this is everything we know about the trial based on law and crime. Let's get a little bit of this in.
Cassie Ventura taking the stand for a second day in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Combs. This trial marks the first time the former couple is seeing each other since their split 6 years ago. Ventura, who is 8 months pregnant, was said to be rubbing her belly throughout her testimony while wiping away tears as she detailed, as she put it, the violent abuse she endured while dating Combs for a decade. You're watching Law and Crime. I'm your host, Kennedy Walker, and I'll walk you through the details. Cassie Ventura has spent the last 2 days in a New York courtroom testifying against her ex-boyfriend, music mogul Sean Combs, known as Diddy. Federal prosecutors claim Combs used threats, drugs, lies, and violence to coerce Ventura into sexual encounters with male prostitutes. Ventura testified that she participated in these freak-off sex parties because she feared Combs and wanted to make him happy, but felt disgusting and worthless because she didn't want to do it. She told the jury that the hip-hop star would, quote, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head when I was down. And that wasn't all. The testimony was extremely graphic. Ventura walked us through years of alleged physical abuse and sexual humiliation that she says she could not escape. She said she was 22 years old when Combs first proposed the drug-fueled sex parties, and they allegedly became weekly occurrences, reportedly happening in hotel rooms in New York City, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Miami, Turks and Caicos, and Ibiza. She stayed awake by taking drugs that she says Combs gave her, including cocaine, Molly, and ecstasy. Ventura said the freak-offs typically lasted between 36 to 72 hours, the longest one lasting 4 days, and that the frequent sex would often leave her ill and cause her to have constant urinary tract infections. At one point, Ventura told the jury about one freak-off where Diddy allegedly told her to get into an inflatable pool filled with baby oil and lube. Court transcriptions obtained by Law and Crime show the prosecutor asked, "Who, if anyone, asked you to get into the pool?" Ventura responded, "Sean, it was his idea." The prosecutor asked, "Did you want to get into a pool of baby oil?" Ventura responds, "At that point, I couldn't say no. It would have been all bad." After an objection, the prosecutor then asks, "What concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with baby oil?" Ventura responds, "That, amongst other things, just his
Hey,
temper.
Riz, thank
If
you.
that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted it to happen, that's what was
Enjoy
going
your
to happen.
shift.
There wasn't another way around it." Ventura claims
Riz, what
Diddy
up?
controlled all aspects of the freak-offs, from directing her to find escorts, sometimes through Craigslist, the lighting in the room, to her nails having to be painted white, and what she wore. Everything, according to Ventura, had to go through Combs. He also filmed them. She claimed that when she would make him upset, he would threaten to release the footage. During that time, she says she took drugs to help her disassociate because she felt disgusting and humiliated, like when she said Combs or male escorts would urinate on her. The prosecutor said, "Did you want Sean or an escort to urinate on you?" Ventura responded, "No." The prosecutor then asked, "And before that happened, what, if anything, did you discuss about being urinated on?" Ventura said there was no conversation. It was just a turn on for him. Ventura testified that after sex acts with escorts concluded, Diddy would sometimes request that the escort's semen be, quote, put on his body in the next room. She was expected, she says, to have sex during her period, and testified Diddy frequently got physically abusive. One of those times was caught on camera in this now infamous CNN exclusive video of Combs beating Ventura in 2016. Ventura said she was in a freak-off with Diddy and an escort, and it was a couple days before her first big movie premiere. She claims she tried to escape while Combs was in the shower, but he caught her before she could leave, kicking her and giving her a black eye. The prosecutor said, "How many times had Sean thrown you to the ground like that before?" Ventura responded, "Too many to count. I don't know." Combs denies all allegations. If convicted on all counts, he could face up to life in prison. Since his 2024 arrest, he has been held at the Metro Complex in Brooklyn. And joining me to talk more about this is former prosecutor Melba Pearson. Melba, thank you so much for coming on today. I don't even know where to start with this. You're a former prosecutor, so if you could just explain, how do you think the prosecution is doing so far?
Well, first of all, always great to be on with you, Kennedy. And I think they've really started off with the primacy and recency theory, which I'm a big fan of. It's always start with your strongest witness and end with a strong witness and bury kind of the details in the middle, right? Because that's what the jury remembers. And so they've started off strong. first of all, authenticating that video with a security guard talking about what he saw and the fact that Diddy paid him and all of that. So we know that this is a real video. It wasn't altered, nothing like that. And then Cassie now got on to talk about the context behind the video, what led up to it, and how that fit into the scheme of their relationship and the level of abuse that she suffered and endured through that whole time. So they've really done a great job with that. I'm very curious to hear from the other survivors. I know there's one is questionable whether or not she's going to testify, but the other, the one that goes by the pseudonym of Mia, should be up on the stand sometime this week. So I'm very interested to see what she has to say and how that also fits in to the wider scheme of Diddy using his power and influence to intimidate and hurt people.
I want to thank Odoo for sponsoring this news package. Odoo is a sales process. It's super cool. You can get a news CEO and Cassie Ventura. Also, the defense, they're trying to make it seem like that this video just shows that there's domestic violence, and they're saying that they, are not disputing that there was domestic violence in the relationship, but it has nothing to do with the charges.
Are you talking about the basketball game?
Combs is being charged with. But Cassie, she took the stand saying that incident happened right after a freak off, or she was trying to escape when Sean Combs was in the shower. What do you think about that?
So the defense is going to do and work with whatever they can. They have a damning video. There's no way for folks to unsee it. We all saw it and we all know what it is. And that's why he had to come out, he being Diddy, had to come out and issue an apology and say that I'm a better person and all of this, right? But what's very critical here is not just the domestic violence, but the aspect of coercion. Because coercion is part of domestic violence from the standpoint of you feel that you have to do certain things to keep the peace, to avoid getting a beating, to avoid people you love being harmed, that sort of thing. And so that coercion is going to play a very critical role in terms of the trafficking aspect, because if she felt coerced that she had to go along with these freak-offs and that she had to travel to all these destinations to do it, that speaks directly to the charge of transportation of prostitution, as well as, sex trafficking. So it's not just domestic violence in a vacuum, it's almost domestic violence as a tool to be able to accomplish these disgusting crimes that Diddy is accused of committing.
Right. And Ms. Ventura has said multiple times that she feared Mr. Combs. She was afraid to say no. But even then, could the defense press her and say that she was in a relationship with Mr. Combs for more than a decade and she had the ability to leave, she had the ability to run? Why didn't she? How could they argue that? How could Ms. Ventura argue that?
Well, of course, the defense is going to pose all of those questions. But again, it comes back to the whole concept of domestic violence. And unless, God forbid, you've been in that kind of relationship, or someone or someone you're close to was in that type of a relationship, it's often very difficult to even conceptualize. But yes, sure, theoretically, she could have run out the door. But what happened in that video when she tried to leave? He beat her and dragged her back into the room. And not only that, after that whole incident occurred and she ended up being able to make it back home, he then showed up at her apartment banging down the door. So again, it's not like she didn't try to leave. She did. He just beat her every time she did. So I don't see that really panning out so well for the defense from that perspective.
And not just that, Ms. Ventura took the stand and was just detailing those freak-offs, those alleged freak-offs. How do you think the jury is processing all of this? I mean, Ms. Ventura said that she was allegedly urinated on by Mr. Combs and by an escort, that she said that Mr. Combs told the escort to do these things, that all types of just nasty and gross allegations here. How do you think that that's playing out in court?
So my understanding is that the jury hasn't been very emotional in the way that, in other words, looking at them, you can't really tell what they're thinking, what they're feeling.
I was thinking the same thing, Kel. Why that lady ain't put no makeup on? Why she like she just woke up from the dead? Like she just came out of a morgue and said, I'm going to do some commentary and shit.
it doesn't seem like anybody's recoiling in horror or anything like that based on what I've heard.
Bridges agrees.
So you never really know what goes through a jury's mind. I can't imagine they're getting a good night's sleep. You know, just from the perspective of you're listening and hearing.
Jurors are having nightmares. Yo, I would have a nightmare too. While hearing and watching these videos, I'll be traumatized. I'm suing the court for making me go through this shit. I didn't sign up to watch a porno.
Yes, you did.
I'm a God parent. I go to church on Sundays.
You are the same one that said that you didn't want to go back to work. You wanted to do this whole fucking case.
No, I'm saying that's what some of the jurors are thinking. I'm all for the porn shit. I can watch Casey getting boiled up. Cassie.
You can watch her get raped. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I didn't say
well, that's what's happening.
I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about rape. I didn't say nothing about rape.
Well, this is not.
I'm just saying.
It's hardcore rape. That's what he did to her.
Some very, very vile things. And to even, again, conceptualize that happening to someone, and you're looking at a young woman who, was beautiful at the top, in her prime.
Yo, it's a shame that she's such a beautiful young lady. She just got smutted out. The smut, it's just disgusting, yo. Damn, smut. Like, I'm gonna give a round of applause to her boyfriend, because for you to hear all this shit and still want to be with her,
her husband.
A husband. Kudos to you, man.
He had to know a lot of what was going on from the beginning, because remember, he was her trainer.
Yeah, no, he was a trainer because Diddy paid her to be the trainer, and he
doesn't matter. He was still her trainer.
And Diddy got tight because he started fucking her, and Diddy said, "I want my money back because you fucking the trainer."
Well, wow, you should have treated her better. Whatever the case was, you paid for your girl to now find the husband. So there you have it. This is what happens. But I'm sure he may not have known every detail, because he probably didn't want to bring that shit out of her and make her relive it. But if she felt at times where she wanted to say something or express something to him, he probably knows some of what was happening. And again, he's a trainer for the industry people, so he's at least had to be hearing some shit too.
When all of this was happening to her, and you now see her as a mother, she's pregnant again. I just can't even imagine what's going through the jury's minds in terms of the pain, because again, Kennedy, we're used to watching these types of cases and hearing these types of facts, and we still get shocked from time to time, but it's not the same reaction as someone who is kind of coming in with fresh ears and fresh eyes and hearing and seeing this.
They said that his mother used to have.
So I'm hoping that the jury, when this is all over, they seek counseling if they need to, because again, there's a lot of things that you're processing and have to unpack, and there is that possibility of getting what we would call like.
You think she's gonna have flashbacks? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just. You think she's gonna be able to get baby oil for a baby? Like, you think she's gonna have a flashback or trigger if she go gets baby? Because she got baby oil. You think when she grabs the baby oil, she's gonna just like have a? You got nothing to say? Hello?
Nobody uses baby oil besides Puffy.
No, and babies use baby oil. That's why there's baby oil.
No, we don't. I never, not one day, put baby oil on my son.
Well, it's called baby oil. I mean, it's not.
So that doesn't.
People oil. It's baby oil.
Well, okay. She uses baby oil.
Well, I know as a pregnant woman, she's going to be going in Walmart. She's going to have to go down the aisle with baby shit, and she's going to see a baby oil, and she's going to turn to, oh God, baby oil, and she's going to have a heart attack. It's just traumatized. Come on, use baby oil.
Tertiary trauma, where you get traumatized by hearing the things that have happened to other people, and you're thinking about, well, this could have been my daughter, this could have been my sister, this could have been my mom, whatever the case may be. Again, that's a lot for people. So I hope that they're trying to unpack this as best that they can, and if they need to, seek professional help after this is all over, because obviously a lot of these things you can't really share with the therapist while, you've sworn an oath that you're just going to listen and keep everything, especially when it comes to deliberations, private until the case is over.
Right. And we still have a long ways to go. I mean, we are only just a few days into this, and they're projecting that this trial is going to last 6, maybe 8, maybe 10 weeks. So there's still a long ways to go. And you brought something up that I think is important. Cassie Ventura is pregnant right now. She's about 8 months, I think, right now. And one thing the defense wanted to do, they wanted to make sure that Miss Ventura, instead of showing her pregnant body, was already seated before the jury came in. But the judge did not go with that. And so they were able to see, and she, took her oath and they saw her pregnant belly. Can you just break down why would the defense not want the jury to see her being pregnant?
The defense wouldn't want the jury to see her pregnant because of the level of sympathy that the jury may have for her. Now, generally, we see a woman that's pregnant, we think, oh, motherhood, this is a wonderful time in her life, etc. And, there's this warm and fuzzy feeling you often feel when you interact or see someone who is literally about to give birth. And then to hear and kind of juxtaposition that beautiful kind of aura with this depravity and this, gross things that are happening, is going to be hard for the jury to look at her and see the 19-year-old Cassie who, is not pregnant at the time and is, kind of beginning her life and her career, versus the mother that they're seeing in front of them in the courtroom during these proceedings. So the defense was very concerned that her pregnancy would make the jury not only endear her to the jury, but also make the jury take her side and sympathize with her and not necessarily listen to the testimony fairly and objectively, but think, oh my gosh, she's pregnant, she must be telling the truth, or oh my gosh, I can't believe she went through that. Again, looking through the lens of her pregnancy and all of that.
And from inside the courtroom, from what I'm hearing, Mr. Combs and Ms. Ventura, they have not made any eye contact during Cassie's hour-long testimony. Do you think that there's a reason for that? Do you think that his defense attorney is telling him, hey, you're being watched, the jury may be looking at you, to just look straight ahead or to look down? What do you think the reason may be for that?
Well, again, the defense counsel may be advising him not to make eye contact with her, but we've seen in plenty of cases that defendants don't always listen to their attorneys, right? Sometimes to their peril, to their detriment. But it also could be just, again, this is awkward and uncomfortable, right? And he also does not want to be perceived as trying to intimidate her on the stand, because if they ended up like locking eyes and there was like an awkward moment, then the jury or others, watching, including even the judge, could be like, are you trying to intimidate her in some way? I'm not going to tolerate that sort of thing. So there's that. And then also, of course, Cassie, Miss Ventura, has no desire to look at him or to relive. She's already reliving some of the most horrible moments in her life. There's no need to lock eyes with the person who inflicted all of that upon her for years and years at a time. I've had many a domestic violence prosecution where the survivor literally turned their entire body to make sure that they couldn't even look at the person that abused them. So that is normal behavior, to not want to have eye contact with the person that, that abused you, that happens to be the defendant in the case.
And she's detailing a lot. Just moments ago, she was detailing taking the stand, saying that during these freak-offs, she would often get urinary tract infections known as UTIs that she would constantly...
She said she used to get urinary tract infections and antibiotics couldn't fix. Jesus. Sores in her mouth. Putting too many dicks and dildos and oil and lubric. She was did he?
I mean, what do you think? Because it probably just kept what do they call it when they change into different forms, because there's so many other pieces of bacteria and shit like that.
Yeah.
It starts to fuse into something else, and that shit, they the only ones with it, and they not going to get the shit treated, so they can't do any research for any antibiotics. So that's why it couldn't be treated.
And then she said she told Diddy, I caught sores in my mouth. Diddy said, you got to go to the hospital. But then he changed his mind and said, fuck, don't go to the hospital. Right?
I do wonder how many of them have herpes. And did she, I wonder if she, because I think 90% of the industry has herpes.
Imagine you had AIDS.
I think they have herpes. I don't know about AIDS.
We promote AIDS enough. If we were promoting AIDS more, then they wouldn't be doing these freak offs. Cassie would have fell back. We ain't promoting AIDS enough. We making AIDS look like it's not a thing no more.
Yeah, but it is. And
Cassie
there's again, you know, you live with herpes for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
So that's you shouldn't want any of it. But
bring AIDS back.
Not bring what? No, please don't, Lord. It is. I wonder, did she have her children like through C-section, or if she pushed them out?
They can't come out.
I always wonder with the females. I always wonder if they push like with the celebrities, if they push their kids out, or if they have sections.
They'll get a disease. They come out that coochie. They gotta come out the stomach. They go through that coochie. They gonna get it. They gonna get a urinary tract infection. That coochie is damaged.
Erica's Badu is a freak, Riz. So I mean, listen.
Gets sick from just the constant alleged sex that she was, as she's claiming, forced to participate in, you know, with these freak offs. I guess if we could just talk about, with more of just the jury listening to this and the defense listening to this, when she does get cross-examined, how will, in your opinion, or how should the defense handle just crossing her?
Well, first off, I would expect that it would be a female member of the defense team that will be conducting the cross-examination, because the last thing you want to look like is a bully in the eyes of the jury. So I think taking the gender aspect out of it.
It's going to be that lady that was she survived sexual abuse or something like that. Remember, one of the ladies on his defense team was a survivor of sexual abuse. So
yeah, so she says, okay, whatever. So are we gonna? Is she now coming out and wanting to sue that person too? What are you saying that for? No, not that no one cares, but what are you telling us that for? What are you gonna do about it?
Maybe she's an expert on it, so you can tell whether or not Cassie is capping, Cassie capping, and Cassie caping, whatever her name.
Would be probably their best bet. And then, of course, you have to take on, I mean, cross-examination is very rarely a warm and fuzzy activity, right? So it's going to be direct, it's going to be painful, it's going to be challenging her credibility, challenging her recollection, and challenging her assertion that this was not consensual. So those difficult questions will need to be asked, and it's probably going to get very contentious. So, you know, but again, you have to walk that fine line that you don't look like you're bullying her.
I was about to think, gonna have a victim bullying another victim.
Oh yeah, that's what's going. It's going to go down.
Because she clearly put that out there so that that could be in the back of people's minds as well for when she does cross-examine her.
Has she been through that?
And so that the way that she comes off, well, I totally understand because I'm a victim myself. So people could feel like she's not being a bully or she's not going hard. But the truth, victim is about to bully a victim if that's the woman that they decide to have cross-examine her.
I think she's the only woman on the case. She's the only woman on the defense team, I think.
Oh, okay, well, so there you have it.
And since that's something that the defense already conceded to, but they need to focus on whether or not this
is consensual. Please share it alive.
What evidence in their mind points to her having a consensual, not just a consensual relationship, but consensually engaged in these freak-offs for days at a time and used drugs consensually and willingly went into this situation, which is going to be difficult for them to prove.
Right. And we just mentioned, you know, we can expect the defense to ask Ms. Ventura, well, why didn't you leave? Did you ever say no? You know, questions like that. But we all saw in that CNN exclusive video what happened when Cassie, you know, allegedly said no, that she was kicked and beaten. Cassie also took the stand today and said that Diddy would often show her the freak-offs and tell her allegedly that he would release these videos, which obviously would be very detrimental to her and humiliating to her for people to see her participating in these alleged acts. What would you say to that as well? The fact that she's claiming that, well, hey, he was trying to blackmail me, allegedly. How does the defense dispute that?
Well, again, it's one of those situations where it's his word against hers, so to speak, right? He hasn't testified. We don't know if he's going to testify. You know, that's way down the road. But you know, I mean, the whole it just, yeah. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to take a moment because I just think about, you know, what she's been through and how, you know, you see just this beautiful young woman who is just, you know, thrust into such a situation that she probably didn't even have the maturity to be able to deal with. But, you know, again, in terms of seeing these videos, it's part of the coercion aspect. Because again, it's, if you don't do this, I'm going to release these videos for your mother to see, for your friends to see, for other record labels to see. So if you're thinking about leaving me so that you can hopefully pick up with your music career, because remember, they came together at first after she signed a music deal with Bad Boy Records, and she was under the impression and understanding that she would be able to record and release more albums, and he never allowed her to do so. You know, she wanted to leave and then start her career over again with a different manager and a different record label. Well, now there's this video out here that makes it incredibly difficult for her to do so. So it all speaks to the coercion and forcing her to do these horrible acts, again, to preserve her reputation, to preserve her family, to avoid shame, and to also preserve her safety.
Would you recommend Mr. Combs taking the stand, or do you think that's not in his best interest?
I mean, as a former prosecutor, I'd love for him to take the stand just to have that option to be able to tear him apart limb by limb. But if I was his defense counsel, I'd be like, sit down and hold your position. Keep your mouth shut. Because more often than not, defendants harm themselves when they get on the stand and testify in their own defense. Sometimes it's inescapable, especially if you have a self-defense claim, stand your ground, something like that. But that's not what is at play here. So basically, if I was defense counsel, I'll say, no, don't say anything, don't take the stand, and let me argue reasonable doubt. Let me argue the fact that the prosecution has not met their burden. Let me point to all the holes in the prosecution's theory or in the prosecution's evidence, or any inconsistencies between Cassie's testimony and the lady known by the name of Mia, or any other folks that may testify, witnesses that may testify throughout the pendency of the trial. So that would be my plea. But again, at the end of the day, it's solely within the defendant's hands. So again, many times defense counsel tells their client, do not testify. But the client's like, you know what? I want to be heard. I want to tell my story. Sometimes that works out well, but more often than not, it does not work out in the defendant's favor.
Absolutely. And the defendant, he has, you know, a strong support system backing him.
He's going to hang himself.
Janice, his children.
Absolutely not. He might as well have been the only witness, because that's gonna be the end of him. If that man, he's probably gonna remember that this man has not had drugs. Well, we don't think that he's had drugs in all of these months.
He's sober.
Yeah, he might be very irate once they start asking him certain questions. That nigga might start banging and slamming and jumping up, and you know who the fuck I am. I'm the truth. No, let that man just sit there and be quiet and keep screwing the audience every time he turn around.
Look at Janice. That's Mom Combs, right there. Yeah, they're kids.
That's Janice.
With the wig on and the glasses.
So who's this bald head scallywag right here in front of us?
That's
a little girl.
That's the daughter, I think.
That's the son that's going bald. What's his name?
Sure.
The one with the bald spot.
Quincy?
Nah, Misa and the other Misa and
Christian?
Yeah, Misa's son with the bodyguard.
And have been in the courtroom. What do you think is the strategy behind his children, especially his young teenage daughters, being in the courtroom, listening to these just gross and nasty allegations being made by Miss Ventura? Why have those, children, you can say these teenagers, listening to these things?
Children that were basically close to the same age as Cassie when she first started being brutalized by Diddy. But I think it's the defense strategies that counterpoint, right? Like you see him sitting there, again, based on the pictures, because of course no cameras are in the courtroom, but he's over there trying to look like Daddy Huxtable in his
Why he look like he posing with his leg up, like a Jill pose? He got his thumb up. Look at his leg is up. I want the truth. Why is he posing like that? Nigga, turn around. This ain't no goddamn photo shoot.
We're gonna be all right. Shit, I ain't do what she said. I ain't all that shit. I ain't do.
Hey, girls, I ain't do it. I ain't do it, girls. I ain't do it.
Girls, y'all better not have sex until y'all 80.
Man.
Y'all freaky.
And whatnot, and then you have the kids behind him and his mom, and he's giving the heart emoji symbol and all of that. So it's trying to make him more like he's a regular guy. He's a flawed human being, but he's a regular guy.
Savage.
He's not a
They
criminal.
made his face look very.
Whoever drew these pictures this is horrible.
Like,
it's just didn't care. They just didn't want to put their effort in.
That looks mad, like evil. That face right there, and then you got a damn heart. Like you don't love nobody.
What Carisha at? Why she ain't come to court?
Carisha better be quiet before they do call her ass to court.
Must be nice.
It's just a misunderstanding, or worst case scenario, this is someone who's trying to take advantage of this, family man who again has his flaws, but he certainly isn't this horrible, abusive, manipulative person that they're all making him out to be. So that's why the kids and the family are in the courtroom. I just hope and pray that the family, especially the kids, are getting some sort of support, especially in terms of mental health and all of that, because they're hearing things that they have no business hearing. Okay? They're hearing things that are incredibly violent.
So daddy's definitely a animal, savage. Nigga.
Say that again?
Daddy's a savage.
Daddy?
Daddy. He's a savage.
That are incredibly troubling. They're seeing snippets of the video. They're seeing the entire, and when I say snippets of the video, they're likely going to see snippets of the freak off videos, or at least stills, something so that the witnesses can authenticate what happened and point to who the different sex workers were, et cetera, to kind of help build out the prosecution's case. But they're going to see all of that. And that.
What do you get from seeing a sex tape, though? I don't know. What's that going to prove? Like, what is it?
Well, it shows you the type of freak. It shows you what a freak off is. Like, what the hell were they doing?
Yeah, but it doesn't show that it was coerced or it was paid, or it just shows that niggas getting it and popping. That's all it shows. Is a party going on. You know what I'm saying?
It's All right, thank you. Sorry. It's a video to her accusations that you got to show that the shit really happened.
Yeah, but she better not be enjoying. If she is enjoying it in these videos, it's over. She can't be enjoying it. She got to have a mean mug on her face or some shit. Like, is she saying
no? Because if she did, then he probably would have smacked the shit out of her until she smiled.
What?
That's a lot. That is a lot to have to conceptualize and grasp, and also be like, that's my dad. But that doesn't square with the dad who raised me and us hanging out and playing video games or going to lunch or whatever the case may be. So that can be incredibly confusing for them. So hopefully they are getting some kind of psychological help to be able to grapple with what they're hearing, as well with coming to terms with who their father is.
Cucumbers on the eyes.
Absolutely. And do you think that helps his? Because I'm still just confused as to why have a 17, 18-year-old there listening to this. Do you think that does help his case for the kids to be present during this time? Because they could be present when other people are testifying, but knowing that this is what they were most likely going to hear, the defense knows what Ms. Ventura was most likely going to say. I'm just trying to figure out, does it help? Is the reason why they're there because it makes Mr. Combs look better? Because on the other end, some people are saying, hey, this is making him look worse, that this is all being put out on Front Street while his kids are sitting right behind him.
Yeah, I don't know what the defense strategy was on that in terms of how they thought that this made the most sense. I would have opted for maybe having them present for opening and closing statements and, again, certain select days. But when the most salacious testimony is being revealed in court, I don't think that's any place for a 17 or 18-year-old. But we will see at the end of the day whether or not this was a good idea. But I don't think so.
we have weeks more left to go. This was extremely salacious, and it hasn't even been one full week. What can we expect in these next 7, maybe even 8 weeks?
More of the same. more of the same because there's more survivors that are going to come forward and speak about what happened to them. There's certainly going to be more evidence in terms of all the bottles of baby oil and other pieces of evidence that the federal agents were able to impound when they conducted the searches of his homes and businesses or whatever the case may be. So all of that is going to be coming in. Now, some of that physical introduction of evidence might not be as salacious. It's just kind of might actually be a little boring, but again, it's necessary in order to move the case forward. But I think this is going to be a roller coaster ride for all of us in terms of what we're going to hear and how that squares with the public image of what we had of Diddy for so many years.
Absolutely. Well, this is something that we will be following closely here at Law and Crime. Melba,
Damn. The kids.
Yeah, I really just don't even see why they're there. I mean, the boys are older, and again, they probably already knew about this, but just to have your daughters there, shit, even if they was 21, 22, 23, like, why do you want them girls there listening to that?
Diddy knew that shit was coming up. He didn't want to need them. You didn't need that support.
He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care how it makes them look, and he doesn't care how it makes them feel. Niggas just like, yeah, bring them. I need the sympathy.
Look, read that comment.
You what?
Read this. This is some new shit. It just dropped.
Diddy is being sued for an alleged 2001 rape by a woman that says his penis was the size of a Tootsie Roll.
I want the truth!
Claims she was relieved because she knew it wouldn't hurt as much. And itty bitty Diddy.
I want the truth!
Jane Doe says she said her and Diddy met in May of 2001. The two spent time together on multiple occasions at clubs, restaurants, and the recording studio. But in July of the year, things changed. She claimed Diddy took her back to his place, and after clubbing, walked her into his bedroom and then locked the door. She said that he placed his hands around her throat and said, "I'm going to suck the life out of you." She said, "Diddy, let go," then held her arms down with one hand while unbuckling his belt with the other. Jane Doe claims he pulled out his erect bearskin penis, which appeared to be the length of a girth of a large Tootsie Roll. In the document, she claimed she
said a large Tootsie Roll, though.
Large Tootsie Roll, yeah, the large. I never seen a large Tootsie Roll.
They have, the long ones that it's in the paper, like it's in the paper.
They're all small. They all not worth
bearskin
bragging about. In the document, she claims she was relieved that the penis was smaller because it wouldn't hurt as much. She called it an itty bitty Diddy.
Wow.
She said she screamed for him to get off, but claims he outpowered her and continued penetrating her until he pulled out and ejaculated on her. Jane Doe says she went to the bathroom to wash off, and Diddy was naked in bed when he came back. Once she ran to the door and unlocked it, she asked the bodyguard for the exit. She said Diddy's staff drove her and her friend home. He allegedly reached out to multiple times afterwards, inviting her to a white party as well, but she never got back to him. Jane Doe says she suffered from emotional abuse, physical abuse, psychiatric abuse, and more from his actions. She's suing for those damages. Thoughts. Damn.
So she just came as somebody knew that.
I want the truth!
Bearskin, they did. Tootsie Roll, nigga. Tootsie Roll dick.
That's probably why he never won. That's probably why he's angry. And two, that's probably why he never, I'm not gonna say never, but from what Cassie is saying, why he needed to watch. Because what was he gonna do? He couldn't pleasure anybody. Not with his dick.
Dang, so he probably gave her away because he couldn't give her the pleasure she was seeking. They get this man nigga on dick because I can't do it. My Tootsie Roll ain't gonna do nothing for you, baby. Damn.
He said Diddy's bed is built like a jug.
You can't handle the truth.
Diddy ain't fucking like he's supposed to be fucking. Diddy fucking.
No.
Diddy
What?
Diddy ain't fucking right. Nigga got the Tootsie Roll pop.
He gotta be a bottom.
Diddy gonna get fucked in jail. Nigga, it's gonna be a matter. I get Diddy 2 years before he look at a nigga eyes and say, "Nigga, just take my life, just take my body, nigga. I need it."
Yeah, we can end the show with this. Free Tory.
We gonna Tory. There's some developing shit in Tory Lanez.
Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidential.
Gotta start it over.
And was free.
Huh?
Gotta start it over.
Oh, sorry.
No, you could have just went to the next video and then went back. Yes, look at that's Chris Brown.
Well, sure.
Saying free Tory.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times. I want the truth! Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched them. I want the truth! Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Pete, did not shoot at Ms. Pete, or did not assault Ms. Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson 2 more times.
So talk about it.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
That's Chris Brown saying free Tory. I really do feel like most of us already knew that Tory did not shoot this girl. We heard the evidence. There's no fragments, no bullet scars on the girl's foot. I don't even know if they even showed the gun, if the gun was a piece of evidence, but there was none of Tory's DNA on that gun, on the gun itself, or on the, what you call that you put inside with the bullets. That they like it was 100% female on the clip, 100% female DNA on the clip. So whoever loaded that gun was a female. Tory, and then they never tested Megan for GSR or her DNA. They never tested Kelsey's DNA, but they did test her for GSR. She did have some on her hands, and Tory had GSR on his wrist. On his wrist. That's it. The witness, Sean Kelly, he said he witnessed the females fighting. They were yelling. They was fighting. When the gun went off, the light came from the short female's direction, which was Kelsey, and then he seen the gentleman run over and try to fight her for the gun, and the gun went off again. Tory didn't testify. Megan testified, and she went up there and lied, like she been doing. Kelsey had immunity and still tried to plead the 5th.
Damn. Oh, that's why if she had immunity, why she just tell the truth?
That's the whole point of immunity. But like, if any of y'all have been keeping up with this, in the beginning, Megan did a diss song towards Kelsey, and then Kelsey did a diss song called "Who Shot You." I don't know why they never played that song in the court. So I mean, I don't know. And then with this stabbing, it just looks like it's a way to end Tory, end his life, because there's a video of somebody was actually following them, and there's a video, but she so-called turned it in, and now the video is gone. But it's something that they wouldn't have wanted to come out anyway, because it shows that he didn't shoot the girl. Then it was also body cam footage that was released. We seen it in the beginning, but the one that was released some months ago, it was the like all up on Megan body camera. It was that cop that was right by Megan, and when she got out, she stepped on a piece of glass. You seen it and you heard it. So everything just is very weird. It's been weird from the very beginning. And free Tory. Free fucking Tory.
I want the truth. I don't know, the Alex.
I don't see why Kelsey, like you said, I just don't see why. At least now, bitch, come clean. How do y'all want an innocent man to be like? Do y'all not have brothers, uncles, fathers, cousins? Like, bitch, you have a son.
I want the truth.
I think it's very weird. And then, like, just it's crazy.
They said
he
was convicted by a jury of his peers.
No, he wasn't. Get the fuck out of here.
Properly adjudicated through the court system. Not a political matter. It's a case of violent assault, and it was resolved in a court of law. Looks like Megan and her team are unbothered. Y'all, this is a lot. This is a lot. Thoughts. I don't know.
Oh, her attorney released that?
Yeah.
You know that's is he working? That's Jay-Z's attorney. That's Eric Adams' attorney.
Alex Servers, yeah.
And he's working on Puff's case too.
Oh shit.
I want the truth.
I think everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And that's what was weird to me when he joined Puff's team, because Puff just got finished saying, Jay-Z just got finished saying that him and Puffy wasn't cool. So why have your lead attorney represent him? He might be there to fuck that case up. Alex Shapiro, he's also the same one that Bobby said that, he was supposed to get less time for whatever it was. But he said he paid that man $100,000 and he didn't get anything out of it.
So this is.
Oh, okay, got it. Cassie says someone allegedly trashed the hotel room, peed on the floor, and pooped in the toilet without flushing it when Diddy found out about her relationship with Kid Cudi.
Damn. I want the truth. Maybe he tried to kill Kid. I think he tried to blow Kid Cudi car. This is what they're talking about.
I think he did blow up his car.
I want the truth.
At the end of their conversation, Kid Cudi says, "And what about my vehicle?" And Puff says, "What vehicle?"
I want the truth. And she broke things off with Cudi because it got too dangerous, and Diddy had allegedly threatened to hurt both of them. Wow, this nigga's a savage.
But I really would like to see when does the whole him dangling Wale off the balcony, is that going to come up?
Wale said it didn't happen.
First of all, Wale is looking very zesty nowadays.
I want the truth.
I believe in nothing that he says. And Wale, if the man dangled you, he dangled you. I believe it.
Damn. He raped this. Cash said she raped him before the lawsuit came out. And she asked for that number. And then he gave her that money. This nigga was just off the rails. Like he was just, nigga said, fuck it. I raped her. I got to give her 20 million. He gave her 20. There was 30 million. Well, anyway.
$20 million. Bitch, that's yeah.
He raped her on the living room floor after a breakup closure dinner in 2018. This is what this is when
y'all don't need closure. Close your door and lock him out. There's no closure because that just ropes you back in. Yeah, you don't need closure. Grow up, figure it out, heal. You'll be all right.
After all the dick sucking and back, she got.
Well, no closure. What closure is there? He's not gonna apologize.
He's not gonna apologize. Absolutely
right.
Not.
So what closure is there?
The money is the closure. The closure is the money. Damn. She did it. Well, put it like this. No, I'm not trying to be funny again.
Yes, you are. But go ahead.
She did our dick sucking and oil, but she got a lot of money off that though. She got $20 million. That's like, you go in the hood and ask a black woman, will she do all of that for that money? She probably be like, yeah, I might do that. I might suck some dicks and jump in a pool of baby oil. And I'm gonna walk out with $20 million.
Let's not forget, get your ass beat.
Like, well, no. Only reason she got ass because she wasn't broken. Baby oil. She wasn't willing to do the shit he was asking, and she's down for the shit and kept doing it. You know, she would have got properly compensated. You know,
it's not worth it.
That's just worth it. Ladies, don't. A lot of y'all ladies doing it for free. I'm just saying. A lot of y'all niggas got a nigga that just sleeping on your couch that's telling you, bitch, jump in that pool of baby oil. And y'all doing it for free. So I'm just saying, I better pick and choose. Is it worth it?
Yeah, choose to love yourself, ladies. You don't do it for money, and you don't do it for free.
Yeah, no, yeah. Love yourself. Love another nigga if you're gonna get paid for it. Like it's like a dick if it's gonna equal out to a cash out. I'm just saying. Hello.
No.
Cash out. No cash out.
No.
Okay. I'll try to say Cassie. Look, Cassie ain't got to work no more.
She doesn't.
She ain't got to work no more. She's comfortable. All right. All that dick residue, all that shit can clean out. They'll come out.
Does she live in New York?
Oh, Cassie?
Yeah, because I'm like, she can't. If she's 8 months pregnant, she can't be flying right now.
No, I don't think she's flying. I don't know.
She can't fly. She literally she can't. So she must live in New York. What?
Yeah, Cassie was only a year older than his girls are right now when he was doing what he was doing. So his daughters were the age he was when he was doing what he. Listen, we're gonna sum it up like this shit. Like Diddy is how are we looking at Diddy going forward? Like, is he like not how his kids. Can you respect your father after this? If that was Diddy was your father, are you respecting him? Or are you saying, Dad, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I don't want nothing to do with you? Is it wrong for them to say that, or should they stick with him because that's blood? To be honest,
blood don't mean shit. Okay, that's just who the Lord placed you in.
In the media, should they cut him off because of this? Because at the end of the day, they still entitled to the money. They don't need to fucking kiss his ass for no money. They got to get the money regardless. Should they cut him off just for the sake of the media or the sake of just the public image? Because they know what
I think it'd be for the sake of their integrity and their beliefs and just fucking common sense and being a woman.
Exactly. They're doing it.
It don't have nothing to do with the general public. It doesn't. It has something to do with themselves.
Exactly. Common
sense. And then also, you still have these rumors about him offing their mother.
We don't know how that went.
That's a lot because it's just they still gonna question it. It don't matter if they sat and had a conversation. He's like, yo, I loved your moms, and yeah, we went through ups and downs, but I wouldn't off her. I wouldn't do nothing like that. But it's still like something like you're a liar. That's your second language. It became your first language. I just don't see how they can trust anything that he says.
Wow. I don't say that they can just console him and give him a hug and just comfort, or they might never see their dad again. Though, let's be honest. The courtroom might be the last time they see him. Well, not see him, but you know, be able to engage with him on a.
Well, they'll be able to travel and go and visit him.
Well, he's gonna be.
Might be behind the like. They might not be a contact visit, but
I can't see them.
Come, let's visit. Let's visit, Clem.
Hey, Daddy, did he?
No, we're visiting each other.
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah, we're visiting each other.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it, girls. I didn't do it. Yes, you did, Dad. You're a piece of shit. Now cut that check. I need to get some shoes. Damn, disgusting.
Yeah, it's terrible. But can I show y'all what my students bought me? I'm so like.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me see that.
I appreciate them so much.
I want the truth.
What is that?
This is
weed.
Red wine.
What does that do?
It's called Black King.
That's the weed you were talking about?
It's not weed, nigga. What?
No, that's the liquor you were talking about. You gonna drink it tomorrow?
Yeah. No, I'm not drinking. I don't drink wine.
Look at that. It says Black King. Send that to me.
Nigga, it's wine.
I can't get that?
That.
What? I can't get it?
I can't give you a gift that somebody gave me.
Yes, you can. Pour the liquor out and keep the bottle.
And the professor that that I was working with this semester, she got me a dozen red yellow roses. Like, that's amazing. Beautiful. And then one of my other students got me these like nice colorful ones with some roses and some other stuff inside him.
Beautiful.
And then another one.
Why are they doing this? Are you going somewhere?
It's the end of the semester. Okay. And they appreciate me.
But you still work though, right?
Yeah, they're just either it's the last of this class. I'm only teach one class twice a week. So
I want the truth.
Freshman seminar, and they're moving on.
Gotcha. Copy.
Most of them passed.
Someone gonna be seeing you again.
Some of them, they might be looking through the details and be like, "Oh no, not this one."
I want the truth.
And then another one brought me some snacks from some like cheese doodle puffs and cheese doodle crunchies from Brazil.
I want the truth.
Shout out to them niggas.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah. This is my favorite semester.
Drink that bottle tomorrow, man. I need you to drink that on live on air.
I do not drink.
You do drink. Oh,
I want the truth.
Did he?
I don't.
Are they in court tomorrow?
Yeah.
Cassie gets cross-examined tomorrow. There's so many people out there pushing some good content about the court case, and we appreciate that. Oh yeah, Little Duval said if you like getting peed on, then before you like getting peed on now. So I don't know, that's what he said. But anyway, Little Duval
said what?
If you like getting peed on now, before you like getting peed on now. So kidding that Cassie was a lot of people was going for Diddy, saying that, but this case getting weaker for him because he's looking like a criminal, like a savage. So I don't know. The prosecutors see what happens tomorrow. See what the defense does tomorrow.
You know, it's just.
I just see him different.
Violence, uneducated people. I'm not gonna call them uneducated. I'm gonna call them dumb, but you're just uneducated with the situation, and you can't say that it's easy for somebody to just get up and bounce from a fucking domestic. Like you gotta stop. You have to stop. Did y'all? You remember Eve's song "Love Is Blind"?
Yeah.
The girl that was when that song came out, I had a best friend at the time, and that girl was going through it with her boyfriend. Like the nigga almost took her eyeball out of her eye.
Damn.
Socket.
I want the truth.
We were like this, and one day she just stopped answering, stopped calling, and I bumped into her one day leaving work downtown Brooklyn, and my bitch had a motherfucking eye patch on, and my heart dropped. What is funny?
She was promoting Slick Rick. Man, he had an album coming out. So.
She said that they were play fighting, and he kicked her, and she fell off the bed, and her face hit the peg. You know, the bike has pegs. So it's not easy. It's not easy. You know, and they make you like I said, we used to be tight. There was no separating us. And when you in that relationship and you feel like you love somebody or you scared to leave them, you lose everybody because you stop contact. They make you stop contacting people and answering, and then on the other end, it's like, damn, I'll just wait for them to call me back.
Yeah.
And you know, the truth. They don't call you back because some of them end up fucking dead or they just stuck in that relationship. So y'all gotta have a little more. It doesn't matter when somebody comes out and says something. Yes, people should say something when it's happening. And it's better for them because at least they'll have evidence and you know, people that's gonna corroborate with them. But there's a lot of other women that are scared to speak up or just feel like certain things that are behind me, and I'm fine. You know, I'll continue to heal, but I'll do it on my own terms, and I'll do it privately. And I'm one of those people. You know, I mean, a lot of us go through certain things, and we don't want to share for whatever reason. You know, whether it's hurting the people that love us because we feel like they're gonna feel guilty, or because they're just not gonna care, or nobody's gonna believe them. So you got to give women who say that something happened to them, give them a bit of grace, especially when there's evidence. I want the truth. Age does not doesn't come into play. It doesn't matter.
Cassie, I mean, Diddy daughters, go hug on Cassie. All right, she needs a hug. For sure, love. That'd be crazy, right? Don't do that, because your daddy would go down. This is men, everything you did. Your father's a creep.
Yeah, that they definitely would be admitting something. I'm so sorry for what you're going through or what you went through. What the fuck, little girls? What y'all think I went through? I want the truth. What y'all know that I went through? I want the truth.
Oh, dude.
That shit out.
Yeah, man. All right, we out of here, man. We gonna be back tomorrow, man. We see y'all, man. We appreciate it.
Tomorrow at 8.
Hopefully it doesn't be as crazy as tomorrow, but I think it's gonna get worse. But you know,
no, I think that it needs to. It's what, day 4 tomorrow. So let's pick this up.
Yeah.
And I mean, we still, again, we have 8 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
So let's start showing some other evidence, because I mean, but Cassie, they had to put her up there first, just in case she went into labor. Yeah. But you know, they have to start. They have to build. We have to know the history before we can know what we really want to fucking know. Yeah. You know, we have to know the history. So it might move slow or it might move a little faster next week. But if they feel like it's gonna be 8 weeks, there's hella witnesses and cross-examination that has to go on.
Damn. I'm more baby oil. Yeah.
I don't use baby oil.
I want the truth. Woo.
So,
Diddy.
Please, y'all, follow us on Facebook, Truth Be Told Podcast, Instagram, Truth Be Told Podcast, Truth Be Told Podcast 365, on YouTube, and we are Truth Be Told Podcast 365. Please.
We almost at 200 subscribers.
Please subscribe. We appreciate you guys.
I like that. 200. Almost at 200. Get 200 this month.
Please just subscribe and like.
Subscribe and like and subscribe. Do both of them. Yeah. Shit. Let them in the algorithm. We already know what it is. YouTube got to know you're fucking with us. That's it.
Yes.
All right.
You guys, good night. Enjoy your Wednesday evening. And we'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah.